Hi Fire Signs, this is Paulette from Water Chariot Tarot. I'm going to be doing your love reading for the month of February. I just want to say happy Valentine's Day. I hope you guys have a wonderful month. So just to kind of get into the season of Valentine's, I ended up getting new cards, romantic ones, just to go along with the theme. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting in timestamps for each of you. So I'll have I'll have Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. So down at the timestamp. So just make sure you take a look and you press your main sign, okay? And if it doesn't resonate, please go ahead and check out your other signs as well. And maybe that one might be a bit better for you, might fit you better. So we're going to go ahead and start with Aries. And so I already pre-shuffled and I took a look at what was going on with you this coming up month in February. And your main message is patience. So what it seems like right now is there's a situation, either your person of interest or the relationship that you're in right now. It seems like you or the other person or both are feeling like things are just not quite going exactly where you want them to go. So you know that wording says patience is a virtue. Right now, that is so true. It is pulling a lot from you, Aries, and it's pulling a lot on the other person. Whoever it is, it's feeling a lot of this pressure or feeling, that they have to put in a lot of patience into the relationship, or feel like, the person of interest, you feel like you have to put in a lot of work, but there's a lot of patience that needs to be done in the situation right now, currently. So patience has to do a lot, like I said, with things not going exactly the way they need to be. And so sometimes things happen for a very good reason. We tend to have things go on in our lives, especially in relationships, where we learn from one another. We have to see things as what they are. If the relationship is not going in the direction that you want it to go, patience is needed. You need to draw back and see what it is that's happening right now that's not working. Why is it not working? Are you wanting it to go a certain way? Or is it the other person? Are you both in different minds right now? Are you guys wanting totally things that are completely different from one another? Patience is needed. You guys need to draw back, take your time, and listen. I'm not talking about just your ears. Listen to the person, your person of interest, or listen to the person that you're involved with right now. See what it is that they're wanting. And you know what you want, and both of you need to come together and come with a compromise to meet in the middle. But patience is definitely needed right now. So how I'm going to be doing this now, I know prior every read that I've done was a little bit different on how I laid down the cards. This time I'm going to be doing it because it's relationship based. I'm going to be doing how they see it, how you see it, overall, the summary of the whole situation. So the first card, they came out for you for the summary of the entire relationship as a whole. You ended up getting the Ace of Cups. So if you take a look in this card, the Ace of Cups, she is reaching out to the cup that's being held out to her. Usually, most of the time when we see the Ace of Cups, it's just one person holding it. But in this case, with these cards, there's somebody else extending the cup and the other person's reaching out. If you notice, she is taking a leap of faith and she's going towards that cup. She is ready to take it. And right now, as a whole, maybe the whole relationship right now is probably brand new. You guys started off, where you really did want to offer each other love. And if there's patience that's needed, it's probably that somebody needs to take a leap of faith, but they may not be taking it in the direction that you want it, like they're probably not wanting to reach out to it and not wanting to take that leap of faith with you, or you could be doing this, but the opportunity is there. If you notice, she is super happy about this offer. So I know somebody in this relationship is wanting this. And either if you are been with this person for quite some time and it's not a new relationship, maybe the offer of love given in a different type of way to renew the relationship is coming in. So that's what we have for the whole summary of the relationship. But from what it looks like, it's wanted. You both want love. Somebody does. In this case, they want it fresh and brand new. So how your person is seeing the relationship, they see it as the World card. So right now they're seeing this situation as that the cycle is over. If they're not separating from you at this time, they just feel like the relationship overall, it's just something about it has to end and it needs to be completed. And so far, in their eyes, they're seeing it as it's done, it's completed, and there needs to be a new cycle that needs to come in to make this relationship go where it needs to go. Now, if it's something where you guys really have been going through it and the person has ended it or you ended it, and for some reason they see it as it's over. So now that this cycle is done and how they're seeing it, if you notice, she has hands everywhere going in every single direction, but she is standing firm on the World. She is trying to figure out her next steps. So your person right now may see the situation as over, or feel like there's like everything's kind of done in the cycle with you. And so they're trying to figure out what is the next steps for themselves. Where are they going now in love? What direction are they taking? And they are standing firm on this situation, how they see things. And if you notice the moon behind them, the moon has to do with, I feel like it has to do with Cancer. They're very intuitive people. And so they're just going along with how they feel right now at this moment in this situation. Now that it's done in their eyes, they're trying to feel what they need to do next. So how you're seeing the relationship, you ended up getting the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles in this deck, it has to do with somebody who's really being pulled every which way. There's something that you're juggling that you just feel like you have too much going on. Either you feel like you have to juggle them and you have to juggle work, you have to juggle your children if you have kids, or you have to juggle life outside of this relationship, and there's just a lot of things going on, and you feel like you have to juggle your particular person of interest or your person you're with other things around you. And so right now you're seeing this situation as like you have to like try to balance this out and juggle them. But you're being pulled in every direction. And if you notice, she has one foot down, but the rest of her is being lifted. So in some points you are standing. In other points you're just being pulled up and away. And if you notice that she's really like her arms are extended all the way out, but she's not even really fully attached to her body. It just looks strange. So it just looks like you're just all over the place, and probably how you're feeling right now, the relationship is everywhere. You don't know whether you want to stay, if you want to go. You don't know whether you love this person or not. You're just like juggling. Either you being indecisive, but you're going in every direction. You got too much going on. And so now I can see why patience is needed, because it seems like both of you at this point in time are seeing the relationship completely different. Somebody is saying that it's over. The other person saying, well, there's just too much going on. But at the same time, the main relationship is saying that there is love here. There really is. But patience is needed to fix this situation where you guys can take a leap of faith and grab the love cup. You guys have to get settled and get in the right place, both of you at the same time, and figure it out that you guys need to compromise with one another and get exactly what both of you need. So let's see. So the next card is the obstacle that you need to overcome right now, which is the hanged woman. That's what you ended up getting. So this is the obstacle right now. So the hanged woman, in this case, she is literally surrendering in this card. And I know in most tarot decks, it's different. It's like pausing and taking a look at things differently, which is the case. But in this part of the deck, she is wearing white. That means it's like a sign, a symbol of drawing the white flag, surrendering to the situation. And so what needs to be overcome is that both of you, because you guys are seeing things differently and feeling differently in the relationship, you guys literally need to surrender, both of you. You guys have to draw the red flag. Both of you have to see this relationship in a completely different way if you want this to work. And if you want the new love between the both of you to come in and to be offered, and both of you taking a leap of faith in the right direction. Okay, so we're going to go on to your next card. And what you guys ended up getting is what your relationship is going to be teaching you right now, the both of you. And so what you ended up getting is the High Priestess. Now in this situation, what you guys need to learn is that you guys need to see this relationship for what it really is. If you notice that the High Priestess, she's sitting in a nest, kind of like an eagle. You know, they say they sit way up high and they have amazing eyesight. They can see from far away. And so right now, you guys need to settle. Find a place, you and your person, find somewhere where you guys can actually take time on your own and really, really dig deep and see the relationship for what it really is. You guys need to bring your own clarity to what's going on. And the High Priestess, she's the keeper of secrets. She is intuitive. She knows what's going on, but she doesn't share a whole lot of it. So maybe what you guys need to learn is to use your intuition as well. If we are having a hard time seeing things for what they are, we need to use our intuition and tap into what's going on in our lives. What's going on internally, what's going on with our partner. We have to be, open. And if you notice, there's like light bulbs down there too. She has illumination. She can see things. So you guys need to learn how to see what's going on with the relationship. You both need to see the same thing though, in order to make it work. Now I ended up drawing you an outcome card. And what you guys got is the Page of Pentacles. Now for the Page of Pentacles, this has to do, in this particular deck, it has to do with speaking. And if you notice a skeleton there is like getting close to her mouth, it has to do with speech. So something's going on here in the future for the outcome is that both of you, once you guys take this advice of what's going on with you guys, taking patience to really sit back and do what you guys need to do to put in the work, where both of you need to compromise and see things the right way, and really illuminate the what's really going on, you guys need to speak with one another. Speak to each other the right way too, because the page has to do with newness, creativity, new ways of doing things. So there's a new way of speech that needs to come into the relationship. If you guys are always fighting and you guys are always saying something that's going to put you guys in a certain position where you guys don't want to hear one another, that needs to change. Something new needs to come into the conversation. And so that's what's going to be coming in to the outcome if you guys do all of this. If you guys take this warning, then something brand new is going to come in as far as speech. Things are going to get better in your communication. And then eventually you probably will get to this place where Ace of Cups is going to be open to the both of you and things can change. But if you guys kind of stick into where your person's not seeing it that way, they see it this way, you see it that way, it's just the whole thing is going to crumble. It's not going to go exactly where it needs to go. But definitely, Aries, what I have to say to you is take your time, be very patient, sit back, and I know that is not the Aries way. You guys are not patient people. You guys want it when you want it. And one thing I have to say to you all is that we live in a world where everything is so accessible and everything is quick status. You guys get on DoorDash and order your food and it should be at your home within a certain amount of time. And you can even watch it come in so you know it's coming. So everything is just seems to be so open. Everything's just like the technology nowadays. Everything is so quick. It comes fast to you. And we're losing sight of being patient. Like, people are not patient anymore when they're driving. People aren't patient. They get frustrated and angry. They're trying to rush and get somewhere. But all I have to say is, for those people who do that, if they would get up super early and plan their day every single day, they won't have to rush. Patience is a virtue. Patience requires silence. It requires time to yourself. It requires time to give time to the other person as well. But this doesn't coerce or push anybody or manipulate anybody to do something to go your way quickly. You need patience. So hopefully this resonated for you, Aries. If it did, please give me a like and a subscribe. And I'll be putting in the comments as well where I ended up getting all my brand new decks, like my tarot and my oracle, and these stands as well in the reading mat. But hopefully this resonated. Please share some love with me. Leave me some stuff in the comments. You guys take care, okay? Bye. All right, so we're moving on to Sagittarius. So what I have for you, Sag, is for your main message is reflection. So if you take a look at her, she is in deep thought. If you notice, there's a mirror in the back. She has every opportunity to look and see at her. Usually mirrors are something that speaks to the soul. They show us who we are on the inside, but she chooses not to see. She's looking another way and she's really in deep thought. She's looking elsewhere for, clarity instead of looking within. But if you notice in the background as well, there's like flowers, purple. I believe they're purple violets. And purple violets have to do with new things, new love coming in, or renewal of new love. But she is in deep thought. So your main message is to reflect on what is going on right now currently, either with a person of interest or somebody that you're with right now. Both of you need to reflect on what's going on with you guys and seeing the relationship, whether it needs to be renewed. But you guys just need to check and see what's going on with this relationship at this point in time. Okay. So how I'm going to be doing this, we're going to be looking at it a little bit differently than what I normally usually do, like when I draw the cards. So the first card is going to represent how the whole relationship is as a whole, the summary of it. So pretty much how the relationship is as a whole is the Fool. So in this deck, if you notice, like, she is not fully moving yet. The idea is there. She is standing on one foot and she's getting ready to go. But she's trying to figure out exactly where to go. She is holding on to a lantern in her hand. She has the moon behind her. She has it to, be her intuition. She needs to feel it in order to know exactly what direction to take. And if you notice underneath her feet, she's got two men there. One is from somebody from the past, and the other person is from what's coming in the future. And so pretty much this card has to do with choices and going somewhere brand new. There is something new that needs to be done in this particular relationship at this time. And so, but definitely, there definitely has to be a choice that needs to be made. Either we're going to stay back in the past relationship, or we're going to move on from this particular relationship and go elsewhere. But something new is coming in and needs to be done in this particular relationship right now. So the next card is how your person of interest, or the person you're with, how they see the relationship right now. And they're seeing it as the Five of Wands. So this card has to do with two people who are disgruntled, have internal, I guess, there's something internally going on with them, or it could just be outside sources that are causing issues. And so the way your person's seeing this relationship right now, they're seeing it as either both of you are constantly fighting, you're both are just always going at each other, or it could just be where they feel that either you or them have something internally going on that is causing things not to go in the right way between the both of you. So there are definitely some issues going on. And you notice the fire there. Fire causes destruction. It's there to destroy things. And so not sure if words are being said that are causing for this relationship to kind of fall apart. But for right now, the way they're seeing it, they're just seeing like this relationship is constantly in a battle. So the way you are seeing this relationship right now, you ended up getting the Knight of Swords. And so, of course, we already know that this knight is a very impulsive knight, and they're very quick to go somewhere, quick to relieve a certain situation, or quick to go into the arms of someone. It's just everything's so speedy depending on the situation. So probably the way you're seeing is that you probably feel like this relationship is going too fast. If you're not feeling that it's going too fast, then you feel like something quick needs to be said, or you're constantly saying things quickly to probably cause this friction. Maybe your words, the way things are coming out, or how you think, comes out quickly and it just doesn't go so well. But right now, you just probably feel like things are just going a little bit too fast in the relationship. Now, we're going to go into the other part of your cards. And so what is next is, let me see what you got here. We got the Page of Cups. So this is the obstacle that needs to be overcome. So let me get it a little bit closer. So what needs to be overcome is the Page of Cups. So the obstacle here is that, again, this cup in this deck has to do with a messenger. If you notice, you see the skeleton speaking to the mermaid in the cup. He is giving her sensitive information. And at this time, it probably seems like what needs to be overcome is that you guys need to speak one another from a different place. This is too quick, too logical. This is too fiery, just too cutthroat. If you notice, these two are just, there's no love in how things are being said, how things are being seen. So how you need to overcome this between the both of you is you guys need to find a different way of talking to each other. And so how you guys need to speak to one another is from a place of love. You guys really need to, I guess, take your time talking to each other and telling each other what is in your soul. This has to do with openness as well. Being open to receive, being open to speak what's within our hearts. And so sometimes that's a little bit hard, especially if we're upset with each other, or, you know, there's just something going on that's blocking us from speaking. It can be very difficult, but in order to overcome this situation, you guys need to be in the Page of Cups. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to your next one. Okay, so your next card is Judgment. So for the next card, it has to do with what this relationship is going to teach us in love. And Judgment in this deck has to do with literally letting go. If you notice, you see the angel right there. She is flying high up above, and what she left behind on the floor, everything is dead. There's nothing growing. There's like no grass. Everything's dirt. You see skeletons there on the floor. What she's holding in her hands is actually like veins with blood. So obviously it's like symbolism that she's still alive, and what she's carrying in her hands is still alive. And so everything on earth right there is just gone and dead. And pretty much what's happening here is that she stayed in this place where everything is dead. She tried everything she could to bring life back into all those dead animals that are on the floor, or actually, yeah, dead animals and dead people. She tried to bring life back into the ground, and there's nothing growing. There's nothing fruitful there. She stayed too long. She tried her very best. What's happening here is that what you guys need to learn from this situation is that it's time to let go of this. It's time to accept what's new. If you already know, Sag, that this is done, you're going to have to take flight. You're definitely going to have to take flight and go on and go somewhere where everything is new, everything is still living. You know that saying they say, you can't beat a dead horse. You can't get nothing out of it. And right now what's going on with this relationship is that it's probably reached its peak in the relationship. And so both of you need to find ways on how to speak to each other the right way. If this has to do with an ending that needs to be had, you guys need to speak to each other and end it in a way where both of you can leave okay, and nobody's like hurt by something that was said to one another that was too harsh. And if that's not the case, where you guys are trying to end this situation and you guys are trying to stay in it but trying to save it, I would say the message here would be to move forward in a different way in the relationship that brings life back into this relationship. But most likely, if it is an ending, remember that once we go, we can't come back. This is like a definite, the judgment is like a definite thing. It's not something that we can just say, you know what, I don't think this is working, and then in a week or two, like, haha, no, yeah, right, I'm coming back. No. Once it's said, that's it. You move on and you go somewhere where the land is plenty, where there's a relationship out there that's new for you, that can bring you exactly what you're wanting, where both of you can see the relationship the same way. So it just seems right now that you guys need to speak to each other differently. You guys have to overcome all of this discord with one another in a different way and end it, correctly. So that way both of you can have good karma out of this relationship. But you guys need to reflect and think about, if you guys do end it on your own Sagittarius, you need to reflect of what didn't work in the relationship. Was it something that you did? Was it something they did? Was it the both of you? Were you guys just not ready? There's deep thought that you need to have within yourself. You really need quiet time to really think about what has happened between the both of you. And making sure that whatever you reflect on, the next thing that comes in that's brand new, making sure that you don't go back to the past and make the same choices that you did in the past with, your other person, but that you make better choices, newer choices that's going to help you in the long run. And then that it'll take you to a place where being in the Page of Cups, being able to speak about your soul, what's on your mind, it's not going to be a block. It's just not going to be something that you need to overcome. It's going to be easy for you to do it. So for your outcome card is the Six of Swords. So this definitely, actually, it really clarifies this about moving forward. So what I'm going to explain a little bit what this card is in this deck. The Six of Swords has to do with, it has to do with, if you notice the naked woman, she's laying right on the bird, and the bird is giving her a ride. And while she's riding around, she's thinking that she's moving on to the next thing, but look at what's following her. The swords up above. So regardless of where she's going and where she's moving on to, her thoughts go with her. So no matter how hard she tries, she is going to continue to have those same thoughts, have those same feelings. So I would say in the future, this is going to be your outcome. If you don't take heed to the reflection and to overcoming the Page of Cups, finding ways of how to be sensitive in speech, bearing your soul to somebody else, if you're not able to overcome this, you're going to end up attracting this again. And you're going to carry the same thing you just left. You're going to be carrying it with you in the newer relationship. And so right now, like if you notice like the curtains there, it has to do with the scene, like a play. They're moving on to the next scene of the play. But what's going along with them is the same thing. She can't get rid of it. So they keep going on to the next scene, and the thoughts and the feelings are always accompanying her. So if this is not the outcome that you want, something in the future, I suggest you take time to really think, Sagittarius. Reflect on everything, how you can, if you're trying to remain in this, how are you going to make it work? how you're going to compromise, how both of you need to come in and really tackle that Page of Cups. But right now, they're seeing this as something that you guys are constantly fighting. There's just like no peace here. And then you're seeing it as everything is just going way too quick, or things are just too impulsive in the relationship. But overall, what's speaking in this relationship, that something new needs to happen here, and a choice needs to be made. I suggest, Sagittarius, if it is where this situation, no matter how hard you try, is continue to stay like this, definitely take heed to the judgment and learn when it's time to let dead things go. So hopefully this resonated for you, Sagittarius. If it did, please give me a like and a subscribe. If it didn't resonate, just go ahead and look at your other signs. But either way, just give me some love on here and just let me know what's going on with you guys, okay? So definitely take care. Bye. Hi, Leo. So we're going to go ahead and get started with you. So your main message is adventure. And so what this card has to do with is someone who is taking flight. They're going on to something brand new. They're open to new discoveries, the newness of everything. And pretty much she's leaving things behind. She is not really carrying anything with her. She's just going just the way she is. She's gone. And so the main message for this situation right here with you, Leo, if it has to do with somebody that you're interested in or you're in a relationship, it just has to do with you taking flight and leaving things that don't serve you right now, leaving them behind, going on a new adventure. And as we go through the reading, before I even look at the cards, it could just be that in this situation, maybe you gonna have to go away from the person that you're interested in, or the person that you're in a relationship with. You're gonna have to leave them behind. But let me just not speak yet. Let me just go through your cards really quick. So how I'm gonna be reading this, we're gonna be doing it how your main relationship summary is, how your person sees the relationship, how you see it, and how you guys need to overcome something specific, and the outcome of the situation, what you guys need to learn from it. So what we got for the summary overall of the relationship, so you ended up getting the 5 of Wands, and there is a huge struggle in this relationship already. So it seems like both of you are going through internal struggles, or it can just be outside sources that may be causing this issue between the both of you, to have fights with one another, to be at discord with each other. Or it can just be the both of you just not in the right place with one another. And so pretty much this is your overall, how your relationship is going right now. Even if it's a situationship, it's just right now, it's a struggle. And so how your person is seeing this relationship right now, they see it as the King of Wands. And so in this deck, the King of Wands is somebody who leads in a very strong way. They're about going after something brand new, not even just brand new. Like if there's something there that needs to be worked on, they are going to make sure that they go through the process of making sure that they do the work and then also end it. So they probably see this relationship as a little bit, I'm not sure if it's like controlled relationship, and it just seems like it has to go through a specific cycle and it has to go a specific way. And so this is how they're seeing it right now, this relationship, like it has to be this way. And then once we go through it and we're done in a specific cycle in this relationship, then we can look at it and deal with it differently. But for right now, this is how we're doing it. So maybe they just see it as this relationship a little bit more controlled, more forceful, and it has to be like this, like this, like this. So the card that came up for you and how you're seeing the relationship, it is Temperance. So there's two people here that are missing pieces, if you notice. They're extending to each other, but if you notice in the background, what really matters is the heart. So right now in this situation, the way you're seeing this is that there's a lot of things going on between the both of you where you both are going to have to compromise or just kind of like pull back in some ways and figure out what it is that you both feel that you need. What is the heart of the matter between the both of you? Like, what is important to you? What is important to them? But you feel like there has to be like a letting go in order to get like an equal compromise between the both of you. But right now things are just not fully going where it needs to go, and there's just missing pieces to this puzzle right now in the relationship. And that's how you're seeing it. So the next card for you is what you need to overcome, and it's the Eight of Cups. So what needs to be overcome or looked at differently is here, like if you notice, she is looking in different directions. Like you see how she's in two minds. She's split in two minds. And, you know, she feels like she needs time to make a choice. And so right now, what you guys need to overcome is the choice that needs to be made in this relationship. If you notice, like right behind her, she has those cups and there's absolutely nothing in there. It is completely empty. And so her realizing, looking at what's there, she knows that something needs to be done because she cannot stay there and continue to search in those cups knowing that nothing is going to fulfill her. Realizing that there is an end to what's going on here and there needs to be a different approach now, and you guys need to overcome this together, realizing that what you guys are giving to each other is not fulfilling at all. It's very empty. Either you guys fill these cups back up or you guys go on your way, which kind of goes into this situation, your main message about taking an adventure, going on somewhere brand new, having new experiences, and not taking anything with you from the past. And maybe there needs to be a new adventure in this relationship where you guys are not bringing anything from what's been a struggle for you guys, what's been an internal struggle and an outward struggle between the both of you that's been stressing you guys out. All of that needs to be let go of. You guys need to find ways to fill each other's cup again, or just be done with it and make that choice to go on into your own paths. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes things don't extend with certain people. Sometimes our journeys end at a certain time and we took from them what we needed to take from them, and that was it. But right now you guys have a choice, and this choice needs to be overcome. You guys gotta figure out what it is that you guys need to do. Now what you guys are gonna learn from each other and love in this situation, what you guys are being taught right now, is the Devil card. In this card, the story of, I believe it's Hades and Persephone. The story of these Greek gods is being told here. So pretty much what's happening is that Hades came out into an area where Persephone is at, and he is luring her in, and he is one of those gods that likes to, you know, offer things that he knows well he's not going to come through with. He will manipulate a situation just so he can get exactly what he wants. And so he will offer amazing sex and love and everything that you can think of that it's a desire. He will offer it and give it to you. But if you notice, he is like, what is that in his hand? Look at, he has a pomegranate. It's like he's showing her the sweet things, the wonderful things, and she's staring right at it with a smile on her face. She's desiring that fruit, and that's what he's showing her. But if you notice in the back there, he has like a grip on her. See? He's holding on to her and whispering to her, but they're bound together now. And she's not even realizing it. He's just giving her exactly what she needs. But in the story, she ends up having to make a choice of whether she was going to go into the underworld with him. She made a choice to be bound to him. And in this case, I think she felt like she didn't really have a choice. Either she went on her own accord with him, or he was going to force her to go. But that's just the idea that, you know, she thought that that was the way it was supposed to be, is to make that choice. But in reality, she could have set herself free, but she didn't. So maybe what you guys are learning from this relationship, that there's some things that are keeping you guys bound together, knowing well that, you know, how one person feels that this relationship is too controlled. Only one person's leading it. It has to be done a specific way. And the other person's feeling like there's a lot of things that are missing in the relationship, and you guys need to come back to compromise. But at the same time, it's like you guys are at war with one another. What is the thing that at first seems so sweet and, you know, it seems so desirable, but now it turned into a situation where you guys are bound to each other in the wrong way, and nothing good is coming out of it. In the end, she ended up going with him, and her identity was altered. You guys being in this relationship is changing you, the both of you, but not in a way that you guys want to be. So you guys are learning that there's something going on here between the both of you that really needs to change, and you guys can't have this unhealthy bond together. What is it, Leo, that is you feel that you're being bound to with this person? Why are you with this person? Why are you holding on this long? The same thing for your person. Why are they holding on to you? What is making them bound into, you know, in this relationship? What are you guys what are you guys not seeing? Like, you guys are, eventually, if you guys keep going, this is going to turn into like a toxic situation if you guys don't finally let go, or at least change the way things are going now. But I ended up drawing a card for you guys for the outcome, and what you guys ended up getting is the Death card. So yeah, in other words, to be set free from this and to gain this new adventure, death needs to come into the relationship. And if this is your outcome of what's coming, then you guys are realizing that this is what needs to happen. You guys need to bring a death into this relationship, and something brand new needs to come out of it. You guys already know that. So yeah, Leo, so this is what I have for you. If it resonates, please like and subscribe. And if not, you guys can look at your other reads, you know, for your other elements in your chart, and hopefully that resonates with you. But it just seems overall right now things have to end in order for something different to come from this relationship. Either you take this adventure, Leo, and leave things behind, find the things that fulfill you and make you happy, and stop staying somewhere where your cups are not full. Things are not being met, and you've been trying to compromise, you've been trying to do your part, and the other person is just, you know, they feel like differently about the relationship, and both of you are just not seeing things eye to eye. But that's all I have for you guys. So you guys take care. All right, bye.